Hello, it's Got A Ukulele. I thought I'm overdue doing a video like this. I've written an article about this subject before on the website, but for those people who mainly see my content via the website, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about impartiality of reviews and also about the subject nobody likes to talk about, and that's money. When Got A Ukulele started about 10 plus years ago now, I had a few main rules. One was that the reviews were going to be completely impartial, and two, that the site was always going to be free for people to view. I wasn't going to charge for content for people to see it. Impartiality in reviews is really important because it's the only way you can give a fair assessment of what it is you're looking at. And for that reason, just over half of the reviews that I do on Got A Ukulele are loaned to me by stores, brands, people like that, distributors, and they all understand and will vouch for the fact that they all go back. The terms that I send to people for reviews make it very clear that I don't want free instruments. I also, unlike some reviewers, do not charge the brands for these reviews or videos. That gives me free rein on the content that I write, and it also means I've not been influenced by being paid in money or in kind. So I think that's really important. Occasionally with some of the instruments that get sent to me, and I'm talking about 5% of them, usually on the low value instruments, the brand may come back and say, well, it's not worth our while to send the instrument back to us in shipping costs, so why don't you have it as a gift? I don't then build up a huge collection of ukuleles, as some people still think. I don't. I own about 7 myself. What happens to those is if they're over about £50 in value, I'll sell them on, and the money will get ploughed back into Got A Ukulele to buy instruments for review, because that's the other part of the reviews. And if they're cheaper than 50 quid, it's not worth the eBay fees and the postage costs, and they get donated to either the local charity shop or the local school. My wife's a school governor at the local primary and junior schools, so they get passed on to kids who are interested in playing. They don't stay with me. The other part of the reviews are the instruments that I buy, and I buy those instruments because if I solely relied on instruments that are sent to me by shops and brands, it's reasonable to assume that they have sent me good examples that have been well set up. So I do quite often try and catch them out. So as well as having loan instruments from them, I will buy them as well, blind, from non-reputable stores, to see what they're like out of the box, just to keep it more impartial and more realistic. To do that, it costs money. And because I want the site to be free at the point of contact, at the point of use, I don't want to charge people, that means it comes out of my own pocket. So this isn't a begging letter. You'll have seen on the website there are Google ads, and whilst a lot of people find those annoying, those ads are there because they go to help contribute to acquiring things for me to review for you, and also to justify the pretty significant amount of time that I put into writing these. These videos take a long time to put together. And the other part of that is that I do have very generous donations that come in from my readers, either to just say thank you for the content or the help, or the emails I respond to when they've got a technical problem, or to help get instruments on there for review. And there's a few options there. You've probably seen the logos on the website, and they're linked below this video. So you've got Patreon. Patreon is a system where you can basically sign up. People think it's about signing up forever. What they do is they charge you every month, and you can set an amount, whether it's a $5 or $1 or $10, and it gets sent over every month. If you want to stop at any time, you can. You don't have to. You're not committed for a 12-month period. You can stay a Patreon for as short or as long as you like. The other alternative is Buy Me a Coffee, which has just appeared on the website, and that's a really simple way of just clicking a button and choosing to buy me a coffee or more coffees, and that basically sends you make a payment and it gives me a blog tip. And the old favourite is also linked on the website, and that's PayPal. There's a link there at the top of the website which allows you to make a donation direct to the blog. The people who do that are getting thank yous now, because it really is important that I say thank you, because I so appreciate it. Because I do this as a labour of love. My wife would have left me if I was running down the family silver in order to buy you things. I don't live in a house with millions of ukuleles. Much of what you can see behind me is going to go back. As I say, I personally own 7 or 8 instruments. 8 if you count that Waterman concert, which is awful. But I own about 7 instruments myself. I don't have hundreds. The vast majority of them get sent back to the dealers that loan them to me, as I've just sent 2 back this week. And the ones that I buy, they all eventually get given away anyway, because what will happen if I've bought something that, say I bought something for £150 and it gets reviewed, I'll sell that on, maybe I'll make £100 on it, I'll buy a £100 instrument, I'll review that. And eventually, when it becomes too much hassle to sell or you make too much of a loss, they get given to local children. So we've counted up, my wife and I, we have about 6 or 7 instruments downstairs, cheaper ones, Amazon-only instruments. She has put the word out of the local school again, as we do now and again, to say if there are any kids who want to start playing instruments, and they will be given those instruments for free. So if you do donate, you're not only helping keep the website going, you're not only saying thank you to me for the content, but you are also ultimately, with those instruments that get bought with blog funds, also helping out the local kids and local charity shops, because that's where they all end up. I do not have the room for boxes and boxes of ukuleles. I'm not in this to build a collection of hundreds of instruments. It's really not what it's about. So that's it. Just wanted to get that off my chest. All the reviews are as impartial as I can make them. Nothing's perfect, but I do everything I can to give you a mix of loaned instruments and bought instruments, so that I'm not sort of totally beholden to brands. The vast majority of them go back. Those that don't go back get donated somewhere, either back into the site or to local kids, because it's really important that the site stays not for profit, because not only do I not want to really see it on my tax bill, although I do have to pay tax on the Google advert money, I'm not in a position financially to just buy a ukulele every weekend so I can review it for you. It just doesn't work like that. So my thanks again to those people who contribute and donate. It really does help keep this site going. But as I say, if you don't want to donate, or you're not in a position to donate, that is absolutely fine, and I can guarantee you that the content on Got A Ukulele will always stay free for all, no matter who you are or whether you donate or you don't. I'm not going to have a 2-tier website. Thanks very much for watching. I know that's a dry subject, but there we are. Just wanted to get it down and have this video on the channel. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next ukulele review. Bye-bye.